everybody. My name is Nick Petrovich, and I will be speaking to you today about volunteering at Crash's Landing and Big Sid Sanctuary Cat Rescue and Placement Center. I'm going to give you a little bit of history here about our organization. It all started in early October of 1999. At this time, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine Jennifer Deniers was just a young vet out of the University of Purdue down in West Lafayette, Indiana. And she had no idea that when a Good Samaritan brought in this little 8-week, 2-pound kitten, that it would lay the foundation to what would become her life's work, which was achieving the largest no-kill animal shelter in West Michigan. When the animal was brought to her, he was mangled so badly that he had 3 broken legs, a broken foot, and a broken tail. The doctor truly didn't believe that the poor thing would make it through surgery, and if it did, the quality of a life would be abysmal. Surgery consisted of the amputation of the cat's tail, as well as placing metal pins in the legs in order for the healing process to begin. It was at this point Dr. Deniers knew that she had to take the animal home to nurse it back to health. Dr. Deniers has been quoted stating that the kitten purred all the way home, which brought warmth to her heart. As a graduate of Purdue University, from West Lafayette, Indiana, as we mentioned earlier, the esteemed doctor used a play on words and named the little fellow Crash Purdue, due to the fact that he was in a horrific car accident and after her alma mater. Over the course of the next 3 years, it was brought to light that cats were being thrown away like trash, especially those that required expensive surgery to fix their ailments. In October of 2002, 3 years after the arrival of Crash, the doors of Crash's Landing Cat Rescue and Placement Center officially opened in Grand Rapids, Michigan. In case you guys were wondering, Crash ended up making a full recovery. On the left-hand side, you'll see a picture of him post-op. His legs where they have been shaved, that's where the doctor had to perform surgery and put the metal pins in his legs so that he could properly begin healing. Down at the very bottom, where the surgical tape actually blends in with the blanket, his tail's gone. That's just covering up the nub, as you can tell. But look at him. He looks happy to be alive, and the doctor truly did an amazing job with him. He ended up growing up to be a beautiful cat that you couldn't even tell he was in such a horrific accident. And that picture on your right-hand side, down at the very bottom, became the forefront for the organization in the early days. So when Crash's Landing started, it was a small operation that consisted of maybe 13 volunteers, and these were people that were clients of Dr. Deniers. They were her close friends, and everything they were doing was for the love of these animals. Dr. Deniers is a full-time veterinarian who puts in well over 50 hours a week in her free time, and at her own expense. She was taking care of these strays, nursing them back to life, and finding an old barber shop on the west side of Grand Rapids to serve as the first layout of Crash's Landing. Guess what, guys? It didn't end there. In 2004, Dr. Deniers was once again presented with another bruised and battered feline. Word had spread around the Grand Rapids area that Crash's Landing was one of the first of its kind, an animal shelter that would not put down animals after an extended stay in order to make room for incoming animals. Out of fear, another Good Samaritan turned to Dr. Deniers for help when one of the neighbors abandoned their cat once they moved. Sid was his name, and after a series of checkups, it was discovered that Sid had feline AIDS. This was another turning point for Dr. Deniers, as she would go on to open Big Sid Sanctuary, another rescue center for cats with feline AIDS and feline leukemia. They were available for adoption, still are to this day. However, her mission with this organization was to find a home for essentially terminally ill cats. It wasn't determined how long their life expectancy was going to be, but for her, they can't just be out on the street. So she found another building. The work that she was doing took off. Before she knew it, she was on the news. Dr. Deniers hates being the center of attention. She is one of the most humble, kind, and honest people you will ever meet. However, showcasing Crash on TV may have been one of the proudest moments in her life, because everything that she had worked for was coming full circle. Guys, this is one of the greatest parts about volunteering for Crash's Landing, is that this organization does not believe in euthanizing animals. It's wrong just to essentially take the life of an animal because there's a need for housing for more animals coming in. Dr. Deniers doesn't believe that an animal has, X amount of time to stay in a certain place. The cat can stay there for the longevity of its life, if need be. She would rather reach capacity and have to work with other rescues to get these animals placed than put them down. All the money that Crash's Landing takes in goes right back to the care of these felines. They have done work that you would not believe with one of their buildings. There is a plexiglass tube system that runs along the ceilings that cats run through. It was truly a sight to see before the organization moved buildings. This is a group environment. You're going to volunteer in a team anywhere from 4 to 8 people. They're going to become like your second family. The best part is that we don't require any certain length of duration. Whatever you can give, that's all we want. Everyone's time is valuable, and whatever you can give to us, we're going to appreciate. The founder leads by example, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. But lastly, stewardship. As human beings, we were created in the image and likeness of God, and we have a responsibility to take care of His creation. When I said the leader or founder of the organization leads by example, here's what I mean. What you're viewing right now are bios of just a handful of cats that the organization has taken in over the last 16 years. Dr. Deniers has written every single one of these. And as you can tell, these are full stories. This isn't just a blip to merchandise an animal and get them out of the facility. She puts her heart and soul into each one of these animals, and each one of them means something to her. Also, it's a cage-free facility. These cats roam free and aren't held in their cages for 20 to 24 hours a day because she believes in the dignity for all creatures. Volunteering with us is pretty simple. Follow the golden rule, which is going to be treat others as you would want to be treated. You're with a group of people that are putting all their time into the care of animals that were thrown away and not even given a second chance, had it not be for people with kind souls. God made us in His image and likeness, and with that came responsibility. You can enjoy the fruits of your labors, but you have to be willing to take care of God's creation and realize that we have a responsibility to tend to what He put here. And every life, whether it be animal or human, is valuable. And also, one of the greatest things about this organization is they're not just focused on monetary gain. Anything and everything helps in some way, shape, or form. Even donating such things like plastic Meijer bags or any grocery store bag to help scoop litter boxes, which unfortunately yours truly has done quite frequently. It helps dispose of waste. Cat food, paper towels, you name it. It all helps. Whatever you can give, they'll take. We absolutely love our volunteers here at Crash's Landing. Every year in the summer, they rent out a space at a public park and throw just this massive cookout. Everyone's invited. There's plenty of food. There's games. There's prize giveaways. In the fall, there's a wine and art gala with all the proceeds going to Crash's Landing. There's so much community involvement. Dr. Jen truly has so many wonderful people working alongside her that they're willing to throw all sorts of fundraisers to help the organization and to give back to the volunteers as well for their countless hours taking care of God's creatures. Anyone can join us. We do not discriminate against sex, religion, ethnic background, age, you name it. If you're a high school kid just looking to get some volunteer hours, we don't require a commitment. If you can only volunteer once a month, we accept everybody. It doesn't matter to us, but the fact that you want to be there and can give us a little bit of time out of your life, that means everything to us. So come on down. We could really use a hand.